It is said that children are very sensitive to the spiritual world. They can see, can feel things that our naked eyes cannot perceive. In this living room, there are 3 little girls. 2 little girls, who seem to be sisters, are playing, holding hands and dancing. A very innocent, happy atmosphere. But the 3rd little girl is standing alone in the corner of the room. Near the door, she doesn't seem to pay much attention to the game. Her hand is busy holding the phone. The scene is so peaceful. Then suddenly, the little girl who is standing holding the phone is jerked into the air by some force. It violently lifts her whole body. She only has time to float, struggling in panic, before being pulled out of the frame. The other 2 children, witnessing the horrifying scene, screamed and quickly ran away to find a place to hide. It is said that this was not the first time strange things happened in the house. Sometimes, when the children were playing on the floor, the rocking chair in the corner of the room would swing by itself, back and forth, as if someone was sitting there. It seemed always there, silently observing, and sometimes it did more than just observe. What do you think the spirit was looking for? Let me know what you think. When you're lost in the deep woods at night, and your weak flashlight catches something, you wish you'd never seen it. That's what happened to this cameraman. In the middle of the pitch-black night, he came across a figure, wearing a crimson cloak. It just stood there, motionless, like a statue. Fear rising, he asked with a trembling voice, his voice cracking, "Who are you? Are you a human, or a ghost?" But all he got in response was deathly silence. And then, it raised its head. The eyes were red as 2 coals, staring at him. In utter terror, he screamed, trying to chase away the uninvited entity. "Why are you standing here? Get out of here. Get out. Don't stand here." But it didn't budge. It just stood there, in the dark, with glowing red eyes, as if waiting for something. And the camera could only record that much. The figure you just saw is most likely the ghost in red, or Ghost in Red. One of the most familiar and terrifying ghosts in American folklore. These are often the ghosts of women who died unjustly and tragically. And when they died, they were wearing a red shirt. Red symbolizes blood, resentment that cannot be released. They often wander in deserted places like in the video, the edge of the forest, the riverbank, deserted roads, to find a replacement or simply to spread terror. Its glowing red eyes are a sign of extreme resentment and bloodlust. It does not attack immediately, but often stands still so that the victim can fully feel the paralyzing fear. The question is, what did the cameraman do to anger it? Or was he simply in the wrong place at the wrong time? Let me tell you, the story is that there was a security guard. Probably because he was too tired from the night shift. So he put a plastic chair outside the gate to sit and enjoy the cool air. It was late at night, completely deserted. The wind was blowing. He fell asleep without realizing it. Just as everything was going on, suddenly, from the darkness, a white shadow appeared. A woman, wearing a long, white dress, completely covering her head. Her face was unclear. That shadow did not walk normally, but just glided, light, without a sound, straight towards the sleeping security guard. And then, the most terrible thing happened. That shadow did not go around, but just like that, went straight through the security guard, goed through his whole body, through the chair, and disappeared into the iron gate. At that moment, the security guard woke up with a start. Perhaps in his daze, he felt a cold air, running down his spine. He was terrified, looked around, his face drained of blood. Then, without saying a word, he threw down the chair, ran inside at full speed. I don't know if he dared to stay there after that night. But that white shadow must still be around somewhere. What do you think that spirit is looking for? Let me know what you think. In ancient Southeast Asian stories, people have always told each other about a terrifying demon, a creature that looks like a normal woman during the day, but when night falls, its upper body will separate from its lower body, growing hideous bat wings, and flying away to find prey. People thought it was just a legend, until one night, in a remote forest, a group of people witnessed it with their own eyes. It landed on the roof. Huge, bloody bat wings, a pale face, and a huge, red smile as if it had just devoured something. It looked straight at the cameraman, and let out a savage laugh. A laugh that chilled people to the bone. Then, it flapped its wings, and disappeared into the darkness. The people there probably would never forget that terrifying moment for the rest of their lives. The creature you just saw, in Filipino legend, is called the manananggal. This is a blood-sucking demon that preys on pregnant women to suck out the fetus with its long, proboscis-like tongue, or to eat the organs of sleeping people. Its only weakness is its left behind lower half. If someone finds it and sprinkles salt or garlic on that lower half, the manananggal will not be able to reunite and will die by dawn. The question is, while this demon is roaming around on the roof, where is its lower half hiding?
Game.
There was a kitchen. It looked quite old and messy. The roof was made of tin. A man, probably preparing a late dinner, was standing by the stove. At his feet, a small cat was walking around. The scene looked very normal, until, bang, the red bowl on the kitchen counter suddenly flew straight to the ground. The cat jumped and ran away. He turned around in surprise, his face showing confusion and fear. He walked unsteadily, looking around, trying to figure out what had just happened. But then, the most terrifying thing happened. He had just taken a few steps towards the window, when an invisible force, looking at him, he panicked and ran away. Now, there was only an empty kitchen, and a terrifying silence. No one knew if it was a spirit or a demon, or someone was deliberately trying to tease him. Do you think this video is real or fake? Let me know what you think. There are ponds, hidden corners, that people whisper to each other never to go near, especially when night falls. And yet, that night, two people, not knowing if it was for food or out of curiosity, went down to that pond to catch crabs and snails. They were so absorbed, not knowing that, from the dense bushes on the other side of the bank, a pitch-black shadow was silently observing. That shadow was not human. It moved with all four limbs, nimbly, like a predator. And then, suddenly, it rushed out of the darkness, as fast as a black lightning bolt. It pounced on a person, and knocked him into the water. Before the other person could regain his composure, his friend was dragged away by that black shadow, and disappeared into the thick darkness. Terrified, the other person could only run for his life. Only the still surface of the pond remained, and the chirping of insects, as if nothing had happened. No one knew what that creature was, and no one had ever found the unfortunate person again. It was as if it had always been guarding that pond, waiting for its next prey. What do you think that spirit was looking for? Let me know what you think.